Okay, welcome back to another episode of Pedal Down 4x4. And it's still the cleanup. So, last video you would have seen us do a bunch of stuff: grill, mirror wiring, the corner lights, the parking brake, diff breathers. Now we're gonna do interior on this episode, but just before that, I did say I was gonna go pick up some. Let me put you guys down right here. I did say I was gonna go pick up some filters. So this is the filter that I use. Now it's basically just a fuel filter for like, I'm pretty sure it's for like a lawnmower or like a weed whacker or something. That's what the filter looks like. So you got your in. Well, technically this is your in and this is your out, but it goes both ways. Now I'm gonna get some sort of disease that did that. But what I do is, off this cap, I just chop this top off. There's a little hole, and then I mount this. But when I mount this little device, I mount it like this. So the hole's on the bottom, because if you do get water in here and it's like this, it's gonna drain right back into your diff. If you get some water splashed up on here, it'll drain back out. So it's a pretty simple concept. I'm just gonna chop this top off and then get it mounted in the truck. Just wanted to show you guys that, and we're gonna go into doing the interior. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna mount these guys and then off to the interior. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me pretty good. As you can see, the interior of this truck is an absolute mess, but let's start cleaning up some of this stuff. I do want to do some more sound deadening. The sound deadening I did in this truck was about 7 years ago. So at the time, didn't really have the money, but we're going to just start cleaning up some of this stuff, getting out these different tools and whatnot like that. You guys are propped up on my armrest and I can slowly see the camera tilting down. So if the GoPro falls and you don't see any more videos after this, is because I broke the camera. But yeah, get this steering wheel out the way, put that guy right there, and I am gonna just start cleaning up this entire truck. I'll get you guys set up somewhere where you guys can see me slowly cleaning this up. I'm gonna pull the vinyl out, put down the floor, and then we can have full access and do a bit of spring cleaning. So let's get started. Okay, so we got majority of the crap out of the truck. You can see there's a bunch of wires that are just dangling through this excellent grommet spot. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna vacuum this guy up, and then I'm gonna clean it up, and we are going to redo the sound deadener on this truck. And cover up some of these holes that I have everywhere. Another hole right there. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything cleared out. I'm gonna just go, the lighting is bad, sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean up the truck. I'm gonna vacuum it, wipe it down, make sure everything is good. And then we're gonna start putting on a little bit more sound deadener. There are some little holes that I need to fill in the Tacoma, and I'm also gonna put away all the tools that I had sitting in the truck. So I doubt you guys want to watch me vacuum for an hour, and besides, I gotta go to work pretty soon anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you guys the progress probably tomorrow, after I get this thing a good old deep clean and I can start laying down the sound deadener and some of the floor insulation. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, what's up guys? So we are back. I just finished my other job, about to go to my second job, but let me show you guys this real quick. I cleaned everything up. I kind of wiped it all down with like wax and grease remover. There's still some of this crap stuck on here, but I am going to start putting on some new sound deadener. Now I have sound deadener right here. I've had this stuff for kind of a while, but this is not the sound that I'm going to use. That's what you guys would have seen in the truck right now. This is going to help reduce more road noise. And that's this right here. So this is more of like a foam kind of deal, and this goes on top of that. So I'll get you guys set up, and then we're gonna go and start doing the foam. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. We'll get this done, and then hopefully on the weekend we can get the vinyl back in as well as my seats. Okay, so this is the foam that I was talking about. This is gonna help reduce road noise and stuff like that. So all I'm gonna do is just start sticking some of this stuff on. If you've never used sound deadening before, it does work. So don't think it's a gimmick. It does work. Sometimes it doesn't work as well as you think, and sometimes it works better than you originally thought. So this is gonna help reduce some of that road noise. I'm not sure if those 37s are gonna be loud or not, but I'm hoping it's not gonna be too loud. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this side of the truck, and I'll show you guys the result. I'm gonna put you guys on a little bit of a time lapse because I'm kind of in a hurry because I do have to go to work. So as always, let's get it done. Okay, so as you can tell, not the greatest job in the world, but this is just a foam like insulation. So, you know, it's gonna be covered in vinyl, but I am rushing because I actually have to get ready to work already right now. But I'm gonna do the other side, and I'm going to do the back as well. And then I'll see you guys on Saturday, same video. Oh, sorry. I will see you guys on Saturday. It'll be the same video that we're doing, and then hopefully I'll be done with that, and we can start putting the seats in and put the rest of the interior together. And that's just another thing checked off of the cleanup list. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Oh Jesus. All right, what's up everybody? So it is now Saturday, and I've been busy. Promise, I was doing stuff. So got the vinyl back in, the sound deadening is all done. I also have these back seats back in the truck. I still need to get one more seat belt. I don't know where my other one went. But yeah, so I got the vinyl in, and now I'm going to put back the center console. The only thing with this center console is I don't have the bracket that's supposed to sit down here. So it kind of just free floats there, but whatever, it is what it is. I mean, it's always been like that, so I haven't had any issues yet. So I'll get that. Oh, sorry for my finger. So I'll get the console back in there, but first we need to clean it. It is pretty nasty. It's been sitting there for 4 or 5 months now, because I took it out a long time ago, and it's just been sitting there, and I've been wanting to put it back in, but I just haven't done it. The other thing with this center console is that if you look at it, see this? Yeah, that's a massive eyesore. And the reason why that hole is there is I used to run onboard air on this truck. So there used to be a compressor and a tank in the back, and I'll show you guys right now. See this? So I used to fill up, I used to have an air compressor built in and a tank in the back of my truck underneath the bed. So whenever I would have to air up tires or air up stuff like tools, and use the pneumatic tools, I would hit the button that was over there, and that used to be the gauge. So that hole used to be the gauge. No longer have that, so it's kind of just an eyesore at this point. I'm probably gonna go look for a new one. and then if I can't find a new one, we'll just deal with it, or put like some sort of plate right there just so it blocks it off a little bit. But I'm gonna go put this on top of the table, and then we're gonna start cleaning it up. Oh, all right. So this is my center console that is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, so we're gonna just, oh my goodness, we're gonna clean this up a little bit here. So I have a very high-tech solution that's in this bottle. It's the ghetto version of Pine Sol. It's like this Pinoline from Costco because it's cheaper. So we're gonna just spray this guy down here, and we're gonna give it a good old scrub. And we're gonna just scrub this guy down. I do want to get a new one just because this one, it's faded, it's seen better days, you know, the usual stuff. So that's like a generous scrub on the top. Oh wow, the color is almost coming back. Maybe we'll scrub this a little bit more. Maybe we can get the rest of the color back. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrub this down, empty it out, and then we'll put it back in the truck. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I cleaned it up pretty well. You can see that hole I was talking about. There was a gauge here. It's an air pressure gauge. Cleaned it up pretty okay, but what I realized, I guess I didn't see this before, is that I think it does have the bracket. There's two holes right here. So I'm assuming that's where you bolt it in, and I looked in the truck, and there was this little place that was sitting, so I cut that out with a razor blade, and there's the two holes right here, one and one. So I'm gonna go get some bolts and then see if it'll bolt in, and if it'll bolt in, then it'll actually be solid, which I'd be super stoked. And yeah, so I'm gonna get you guys set up in the truck, and we're gonna bolt in the center console. And if you are wondering what the center console, the setup in there used to be, is so you open this top plate up. I used to have this little metal cardboard thing, some chapstick, a couple pens, a little screwdriver. There's the magnets right here because I used to like hold the key to my toolbox used to just be sitting right there. And then if you lift it up, there's just a bunch of other stuff. I don't know what that is. But like a little knife, some Listerine, a little flashlight that no longer works. I used to also have masks in there because we had COVID, and in order for me to be at work I had to have a mask on because they think that little mask is going to solve all of life's problems. And then in here, if I open that guy up, I used to have the winch controller, and I didn't know how, I didn't realize, but there's the two holes right there. So I'm gonna go attempt to bolt that in, and I'll show you guys, and after that we'll get the seats back in. Okay, so we're back at the center console here, and I did find two little bolts, a couple 10 mils that will fit. So we're going to just, I guess, slide that on there. We're gonna get in the truck. Oh, geez. We're gonna open this girl up right here so you can see the holes right there. So I'm gonna attempt to bolt these in, and then I can get the rest bolted up, and then the center console will be done in the truck. So yeah, the lighting is terrible in here, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bolt these guys in, and then we'll get the seats going. Okay, so center console is in, and we have our seat. If anybody doesn't know what this seat is, this is a Corbeau, I think it's like an XRS seat or something like that. Some of that's one of this type of deals. But I used to have trail cats in this truck, and to be quite honest, I wish I still had them. These seats are good, however, they're just not very friendly when it comes to really anything. They're more made for a car, so I wouldn't recommend it for your truck, to be quite honest with you. They are still good seats. I'm not saying that they're bad seats whatsoever. They're really good, but getting in, getting out, it's kind of a pain with this seat. So yeah, I'm gonna bolt this guy in and then we'll get the passenger side in. Got this seat. I got this seat basically in. We're gonna just bolt it down, and then interior is basically done. Then I guess because we do have some extra time today, I guess we'll start painting the bumper. So we'll move the 80 series out, and then we're gonna start painting the front bumper and get ready to reinstall it back on the Tacoma, because we also need to put in the turn signals. So yeah, I'm gonna get this guy bolted in, show you guys the full interior, and then one more thing checked off our list. Okay, so I got the seats back in. Beautiful seats. Just don't like how big these bolsters are, but it is what it is. One day I'll probably sell these and go back to my trail cats. The trail cats are currently from this truck are in my 80 series, which I love those seats. Super comfy. But got these seats back in. Put the side plates on because I never put them on before. And then you're gonna see a little fire extinguisher. So in the case of a fire, when this build is done, there's gonna be 2 fire extinguishers on each side of the truck. They're gonna be like on the rails that I'm gonna build later on, as well as I want to put some fire extinguishers under these seats as well, but this is my only extinguisher right now. I do like this spot. It's pretty inconspicuous and you can also get to it really easily. If I'm in the driver's seat, I'll reach over, pull this lever, and it pops like that and it comes out. So it's really easy to get to. So if there's a fire, I'll be covered to my best abilities. I'll have one extinguisher, another extinguisher under the driver's seat. I think I'm gonna do it. And then when the bars come down here and they come this way, there's gonna be an extinguisher here and an extinguisher on the other side. So that is pretty much it. The entire interior is done. One of my friends, because I was missing one of the buckles here, he's actually giving me one of his off his truck because he's a big subwoofer in the back, so he doesn't use it anyway. So I appreciate that, but I've never had this much room in the back of this truck. Like, this is insane. Put that guy up. It slides underneath this cover if you're wondering, but I'll leave the seats down. So yeah, that's gonna be basically the interior on the truck. I'll show you guys on the driver's side what it looks like. But this is what the driver's side looks like. You can see I used some detailer just to wipe these seats down because they're pretty dusty. Put this seat back. My steering wheel's right here. This goes ahead and fits in like that. So that steering wheel is in. And then I also have somewhere it has a lock that bends and can't steal the truck. Like if you got into it and you managed to start the truck, you wouldn't be able to catch because it's on a ball bearing and it's keyed locked, so you wouldn't be able to take it off unless you have some great. Let's put in some great force into it. There's one little clip down here that I just need to put in, and that's basically it. That is the truck. Oh, I have this overhead console. This is out of, forgot what vehicle it was, but I made it fit. Opening up this guy, I have my winch controller in there. So that's up there, and then I'm planning on putting, I don't know, something up here, I guess, and has like lights, but the battery's not hooked up. Honestly, I was like, I did not want to do the interior because I hate the interior. I wanted to do the rear axle before I even did the interior. So let's go here. So you can see interior, I listed as 6. So the last thing I wanted to do, but we got that done. So now we are going to go on to the front bumper. This guy right here, front bumper. And then I think that will cover it. Unless the radiator comes in today, maybe we can put the radiator in. I got a notification that that's going to be getting delivered today, which is Saturday, which is a few days early, which would be sweet. And I can just drop that radiator in and then be done with the radiator. And then let's move on to the intercooler piping. Once that comes in, I just ordered some new intercooler piping. But reality is, I'm not sure. I need to finish the coilover brakes, and I'm still waiting for rough stuff. Like, bro, usually rough stuff is good. I don't know what's going on with them lately. I've been waiting a month and a half, almost 2 months already for a couple things. And it's ridiculous. So they need to get their shit together. But yeah, I'll pull the 80 out and I'll start painting this front bumper. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out the 80 right now and we're gonna set up a table, but just so you guys can hear the glorious sound that is the 80 series, let's do it. Okay, so hopefully you guys could have heard that 80 sounds fantastic. And it's gonna sound even better when we do something else. I'm not gonna say what we're gonna do, but there's gonna be a lot of black smoke coming out of this build. But so this is what I mean by repainting like the backside and the bottom. You guys can see she's rusting pretty good. So I'm gonna just hit this girl with the wire wheel, and then we're gonna repaint it, and then I don't know, if I'm feeling a little froggy, then maybe I'll spray the rest of it. But I would have to get some more paint, so yeah. First I need to just get off all this schmutz. So I doubt you guys want to see me really do that, but just wire wheeling. So I'll be wire wheeling for the next 30 minutes. Clean up this bumper, and then we'll throw some paint on it. Okay, so we got the top on the table. I just gave it a quick grind. It's the wire wheel. So you're gonna notice that not all the rust is gone. And that's because I'm gonna use this. Yeah. So it looks like 2 thin coats of this. This is a rust neutralizer. It's from Loctite. So hopefully this helps me out and works a little good, so a little better. So it's gonna. Okay, so this stuff should neutralize the rust, whatever rust is on here. Get a couple sprays in there, and now I'm gonna let that dry. We're gonna hit it again, let it dry again, and then we can start spraying paint on top of here. So hopefully that stuff is working against the rust to neutralize the rust. I believe the rust will eventually start to turn black. So yeah, it'll eventually turn black, and then we'll throw some just spray on bed liner, because I don't use the Raptor on that bumper just because when it does get damaged, Raptor's pretty expensive from where I'm from. So I just use this right here. It's just truck bed liner from Home Depot. Spray it on, and then when it gets hit a tree, hit a rock, whatever, I just touch it up real quick. So it's a lot cheaper, like $10 a can, where Raptor is almost $50 to $60 per can. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I also need to get this one. So I'm going to sand this down, spray with the rust neutralizer as well, and then we're gonna spray this part of the bumper. So yeah, it's just surface rust, nothing major. You can see like my hand is just taking off the rust by itself, so it should be pretty quick. I just use a red Scotch Brite pad, rough it up, and then spray it. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'll show you guys once it's done. I'm gonna go do that, and then by that time I'm done with that, then I should be able to paint, spray it again, and start painting the actual bumper itself. So cool. Okay, so now we're gonna just butt this guy up against here. Now we're gonna get the 2 side bolts in first. Instead of these 2 little ones. So let's get this guy on. Okay, so we got that bolt in. And we're gonna get this bolt in. This is just gonna allow us to get the main bolts in. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and start torquing it down. But these other 2 bolts, we're gonna put that on the other side. Okay, so we got those main bolts on. So now we should be able to take this guy off and it shouldn't fall off. Yep. Okay, so we're pretty good on that aspect. Let's get this table out the way. Okay. We're gonna start getting all these bolts in. All right, so there's one more bolt. I don't know where, here it is. All we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the bumper up because that's gonna be basically as level as possible. Okay, so got the front bumper back onto the truck. So it's looking pretty good. And now it's a little flatter than before. Before it used to be really high. I don't know why, but yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. Or you know what? We could actually get the winch mounted, so maybe we should do that. I'm gonna throw a level on here just to make sure it's all level, and then if I need to adjust it, I can put like washers or whatever to adjust the height and the spacing on the bolts. So let me go do that, and then we'll get into mounting the winch. Okay, so I'm probably gonna throw a sheet over here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just paint this because this bumper's gotten pretty hammered over its lifetime. So I won't put the winch on because I probably want to spray in there as well, just to make it nice and pretty. But front bumper is on, that is done. Just need to throw a little bit of paint, a little lick of paint on there. So yeah, that's pretty good. We're gonna go into doing the steering stabilizer, but before we do any of that, let's go over to our little list here. Front bumper, you can go ahead and check that bad boy off. So getting a lot of stuff done in this video. We're gonna get the steering dampener done, and then hopefully when the radiator comes in, we can even drop in the radiator and spray the bumper. But I'll probably spray the bumper on like, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna just throw a tarp over it and then spray it. Series like going down right now. So I took a look at the 80 series Land Cruiser steering stabilizer, and it looks like the way Toyota has it mounted on that guy. Screw it. It looks like it's mounted like this on that one. So I mocked it up, but the only thing with that is the wire hangs down kind of low for the alternator, so I can't mount it like that. So I'm thinking I'll flip it, mount it on the frame like that, something of the sort, and I think that'll give me enough clearance. So let me get you guys set up right there so you can kind of see a little better of what I am talking about. I'm gonna tack this on. I'm gonna tack weld this guy into place, and then we're gonna go full lock on the steering and just make sure we're not touching anything. And then we're also gonna I don't think it'll hit. I'm hoping it's not gonna hit that wire, because if it does hit that wire, we have issues. But there's no way I can't flex without letting out the nitrogen. I really don't want to let the nitrogen out because that's just a waste of nitrogen. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. If anything, I might do a little bit of a grinder clearance on this tab, or maybe I can bend this tab up and move up this wire a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna grind down the frame, figure out the placement, or I'm gonna bolt this up, figure out the placement on the frame, and then tack weld it into place, and then we'll go full steer. We'll go steering left and steering right, and then we'll see where we're at. We are going to, that steering stabilizer is tacked into place. That's like, I guess we'll lock down these lock nuts. Got a lock nut in here. So So it's gonna be basically straight up. So you can see what I'm worried about, right? There's only a small distance here. I might just move this wire, tuck it a little bit more in, I guess you could say, and then I'm gonna go check the flex, or I'm gonna check the steering on this guy. So I'm gonna go turn it left and right, and we'll see how it works. Definitely a little bit stiff with the steering. It's not like a little loose now, so that's great. Obviously it would be tighter if it is on the ground, but I'm gonna just check off camera because I couldn't see what happened. I'm gonna send all the left, the left, send all the right, take a look, and if we're happy with that, I'm gonna pull this guy off, and then we're gonna fully weld it in, and then should be good. I feel that I didn't mount the filters on the bumper like I said I was. I'm gonna end up doing that much to do when I put in the radiator, and hopefully if rough stuff ships my stuff and whatever. But anywho, these brackets are what Trail Gear sends you when you mount the plate to make sure it's straight like that. And I'm like realizing that I could use this plate and mount it right here, and I can mount the blinker right there. So that worked out perfectly. I can center hole drill this guy to run the wires through, and then we're good. I can actually mount it directly. It's gonna bolt directly up to here. Give me the factory bolt holes, and then I'll have blinkers on the truck. So really no fab work needed. So if you are doing strap swap and get these, keep them because you can use them as little mounts for your blinkers. Also, next video I will have to mount my license plate. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna mount it. I think there's a little bracket that mounts to the bumper or something. If you want to go flip bracket instead of right here, I can flip it up, flip it down. But yeah. That's just a real quick. I just thought about it. This is after what you're gonna see next, which is the outro of this video. I just thought about it right now. I'm like, shit. I'm currently cleaning up everything. And I'm like, oh, I could use these as blinkers. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for this week's episode of Pedal Down 4x4, where we are finishing up and cleaning up everything else left on the Tacoma. Until next time, and as always, thanks for watching.